Yep, a few might be joining us, but I'm gonna record and you can start. We're ready for your
Okay, so
fire.
what I figured we would do is I can just give you guys like my backstory. I know a couple of you. Give you guys kind of like my backstory and then just kind of give you like my whole coaching journey and then open it up to questions. Does that work, Meg?
Yep,
Cool.
for sure.
Okay, awesome. I'm not like a PowerPoint today. Sorry, you're getting like Saturday Krista. So if I start going off track, just bring me back. Okay, so thanks for having me. One, this is super exciting. Two, so those of you that don't know me, my name is Krista Walsh. I am essentially, obviously, on the same team as all of you guys. My upline is Holly Parsons, and I have been coaching now. I'm coming up to, it'll be 3 years, June, like the very end of June. So like sometimes I just say July 1st. It'll be my 3rd year. So a little backstory on me is I was a 4th grade teacher. I know we have some teachers on here. I taught like preschool. I've always just taught kids. Like I've always just loved kids. So if I wasn't working in a daycare with like toddlers or preschool, I just wanted to kind of like continue that passion with children. And so I started teaching. I taught 4th grade for 2 years. And my husband's also military. So we picked up and we moved to Montana, and that's where I started my teaching career. And you guys, I'm not even kidding you. I like had the best teaching partner, the best principal, the best class, except for my first year, they were awful. My second year was amazing. And like, I just was obsessed with everything. I like love teaching. So the reason I think it's unique, my whole coaching story didn't come from me hating my job, hating where I was. And I think some people get the misconception that you have to like hate your job and want to replace it to become a coach. And that's not true, because if I was still in Montana, hands down, I would 1000% still be teaching. But so I would keep.
I did not know you were in Montana, dude. We would have been so close.
I know.
Yeah.
Holly tells me that all the time. I was in Great Falls, Montana, like this little tiny town. I know. So I taught there, and then, so we're coming up to 3 years. So then the military was like, hey, by the way, we're going to move you, and we're going to move you all the way across the world. And they moved us to Boston. So technically, did I have time to apply for a teaching job? Like, yeah, like it wasn't like we're picking up moving tomorrow. But also at the time, I had just had a baby. She was like coming up on 3 months old. And sorry, I'm going to read the chat after. I have like ADD, I feel. And if I start reading, I'll like, so keep going in the chat and then I'll check it after. But so anyway, she was 3 months old. Long story short, we were moving and I just could not bring myself to put McKinley in daycare. I had it really lucky. We had no family in Montana, obviously, but one of my students' moms was watching McKinley. Like, how awesome was that? So she was my mom that volunteered in the classroom every Wednesday. So McKinley would come in all the time. I went back to teaching when McKinley was just 8 weeks, like on the dot. And I was excited. Like, you know how a lot of people don't want to leave their babies? I was like, bring me back to the classroom. Like, that's how much I love teaching. So I just had like the perfect life basically there. And we got up and we moved, and I will never forget, we were moving to Boston and we were driving, or no, Mike and I were on a walk. And I was like, I don't think I can teach. Like when we go there, I don't think I can put McKinley in a daycare and have someone else like raise my daughter for me when like she's so little. Like we had no family or anything. So meanwhile, I was doing Tone It Up. I don't know if any of you are Tone It Up people. Did Tone It Up for like 6 years, Cowabunga Beach Babe, like all that great stuff. And my like just plateaued. Like I'm a huge yo-yo dieter. I obviously, for anyone that follows me, I love pizza. I love wine. I will not give that up. But I was going from like eating really clean during the week and doing Tone It Up, and then came the weekend and I would binge and be crazy. And this went on for like ever. So I obviously wasn't really getting results. I was like plateauing. And meanwhile, Holly, my upline, just had like unreal postpartum results. And I was like, there's no way that she's still doing Tone It Up, because she was doing Tone It Up as well. And so I messaged her, and I'm the coach that we're all like, wait, why don't they come in my DMs? I straight up messaged her and was like, hey, what are you doing? I think I want to do that too. And she was like, like she was 3 months into and was like, oh, I'm doing Beachbody. And I was like, oh yeah, no, never mind. Because I had already been approached by like several Beachbody coaches, like all of those like really fun messages that I'm sure we all get. Didn't even talk to me, just like told me I'd be a great coach. And then that's all I got from Beachbody coaches all the time. So for like 4 years, I just got Beachbody messages on repeat. And I'm like, okay, this freaking company like sucks. And I'm not doing home workouts because I love the gym. So it was just like anti-Beachbody forever. But anyway, now I'm down the road and I have a kid and I'm married. And so Mike and I were walking and I was like, okay, what if I try coaching and just give me like a year? And if I don't bring it, if it's like burning a hole in our pocket, I will go back to teaching. But keep in mind, we were in Boston. So anything I made was going to go towards daycare, right? So it was like, I better like set my butt up. I don't know if there's kids around. Oh, yes, there is. Sam has one right there. I better set my butt up and make some freaking money doing this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to teaching and my entire teaching paycheck is going to be paying for someone to watch my kid. So that in my mind just didn't work out. So I was sitting in a hotel room waiting for our house to be finished. I was like, we were here for like 5 weeks. I messaged Holly again and was like, okay, actually, like I really do want to do this. What do I do? Signed up as a coach, had never, you guys, tried Shakeology, nothing. Still was like, I hate home workouts, but whatever. I mean, I'm just going to try and make this work. We'll see what happens. And haven't been to the gym in 3 years since coming up. I'm obsessed with our products, obviously. And from the time I signed up to be a coach, I was sitting in this tiny hotel room with my dog and my baby. I have never once stopped. Never once. So I made my coach post like 2 days later because I was so excited. And I feel like I'm screaming at you. Sorry. And I did my coach post and every single day I posted. And so I actually started when it was kind of like you had to post 3 times a day. I don't know if any of you have been around that long, but it was like, I'm not doing that. So I was like, nope. So I would post like once a day. And now I just like turned into OCD where I like get itchy if I don't post because I'm like, oh, I have to post. People need to know I'm here. But so I showed up every single day from the time I was like, I'm a Beachbody coach. I have showed up every single day, literally nonstop on the months that I didn't want to. A year ago, well, yeah, it would have been a year. Last year, I went through a miscarriage, still showed up that month as much as I didn't want to. And I wasn't being fake and I wasn't trying to be like trying to get challenge packs out of what happened to me. But I was very much like leaning into the coach community, and coaching is what saved me, I guess, from that whole situation, if that kind of makes sense. I like looked to coaching for my outlet. And even on the toughest, that obviously was like an awful month for my family. I still showed up that month, you guys. I still hit, I don't even remember, Success Club something. I've never hit less than 10. That's another thing. My goal is to always help 5 new people a month. So even on that month, even on the month that I was like going through all these crazy things that I'd never been through because I had a perfect pregnancy and then this happened and I was like, my world was rocked. I still showed up. I still helped people. And then when the time came and this is just my personality, I shared about it. And I think that made people know that I was a human and I was relatable and it wasn't just trying to sell you Beachbody. Like I was an actual person. And I think that's really just like, I've passed that along to my team. I've had 2 girls within the last year. It's like really sad and crazy. Both lost their dads and both of them, I was like, hey, I will take over for you. Give me your challengers. Like I'll run your group, do your thing. Both of them were like, no, like, I don't want to, I'm going to do this. Both, I think one was like SC14. I have like chills. And one was SC10. So the month that this awful thing happened to them, both of them still showed up. So I will preach till I'm blue in the face. I don't know if you heard me on the National Wake Up Call. I talked about this too. Consistency is going to make or break your business. So it really is. So if you're one of those people that is just like, and I know nothing about your team, obviously, but like, you know, you're going to show up on like a Monday and then you're going to come back on like a Friday or Saturday. And then, you know, or maybe you're going to like invite 2 people today. And then like next week you'll follow up. And then like in 3 weeks, maybe you'll add a couple people. Like that's not going to do anything for your business. Like you should be showing up every single day, you guys, and every single day adding, connecting, inviting, and following up every day. So with that also said, because I do hit very high SC numbers, I'm not adding and inviting 60, 70 people a day. Like that's not what I do. Like that's, people do that and that's great. I'm not like that. I don't tell my coaches to do that. There's days where, yeah, I don't invite because there's not an invitation there, but I'm following up and the fortunes in the follow-up, or I'm adding maybe a little extra people. But, you know, there's basically, except Saturdays, I literally don't work. Like when I was teaching, I wouldn't work on a Saturday. Now that I have 2 kids, I like really try to be present with them because that's why I obviously stay home. So I do not do anything Saturdays, but I do clear my inbox. I do check into my challenger. So don't think that I'm like, or that you should be this slave to Beachbody. But you bet your butt come Sunday, I'm already like, okay, game plan. Like my husband knows I'm getting up. I'm going to do my stuff. And then, we're going to be a family again. And then Sunday night, I'm back to doing stuff. And then Monday through Friday, I stop at like 4 on Friday. So yes, I work a lot because this is my full-time job, but I also am not like a slave to my phone. Does that kind of make sense? So I'm showing up every day. I'm consistent, but I'm not spending like hours and hours and hours and hours because now I don't need to, because I did work my butt off from the very beginning. So to show you that what is hard work is possible, it was this time last year, I was just telling Meg and Dylan actually that this time last year, they asked me to speak on the National Wake Up Call. And I was like, me? Like, I'm a loser. Like, there's so many cool people. And they were like, you just bring on a ton of people, like your Success Club numbers. And I was like, okay. So anyway, I was looking at my graphic the other day for some reason, and it said 1 star. So this time last year, I was teetering between a 1 and a 2. So I had built my husband to 1 pretty fairly quickly in my like first year of coaching. And then my team didn't do SHIT. Did not do anything. I was dragging. I was like, you can tell I'm passionate. So I was like, oh, Laura, you want to go diamond? Cool, let's go diamond. And then I'm like, come on, Laura, why aren't you going diamond? And of course you're like, well, I just wanted to go diamond because that's like the next thing. But you didn't really want to. So I spent my whole first year just dragging. And it was like exhausting. So I was a 1 star pretty quick, sat at 1 star. My team wasn't doing anything. They were awesome. And my community is great. And we want discount coaches. And if you're going to sign up for the community and not help people, I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know why they sign up to do that, but whatever. But 2, like, I'm not going to count you out, but I'm also here to like work. Like, so let's work. So people wanted diamond. They weren't doing it. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this myself. So I called my dad and I was like, Dad, can I build your account to diamond? And he was like, sure. Like, he drank Shakeology, didn't care. Built my dad to diamond while I was 8 months pregnant. Had my daughter when I had just had Keegan in July, hit 2 star because I built my husband and my dad. So I did all that by myself, opened up my second CBC. So I was qualifying while I was like literally going through labor, not actually, but it was like all the same time. So that should show you that consistency pays off, that you have to show up every single day, and that you really don't have any excuses. Like, so a lot of people will come to me with excuses and I don't even listen anymore. Like, they'll say stuff and they're like, and they're funny. My coaches will be like, I know you're going to say this is an excuse. I'm like, well, it is. It is, because you're already telling me you think it's an excuse. So if I can build my dad and my husband, all I'm doing, you guys, is the same thing that we all do. I have all the same tools and resources that you guys do. I have all the same tools and resources I give my coaches. So then I built them to 2, opened up my second CBC, and then you guys, they all, like, the coaches that were working started coming in. So I was teetering between 1 and 2. When they asked me to speak on the National Wake Up Call, I was still a 1. I think I had dropped, I don't think I had I didn't have my CBC yet. So I was still a 1. I was building my dad. So this time last year I was a 1. And like Megan just said, we just qualified for 7 star last Thursday. So in 1 year, I went from 1 to 7 just by doing the same thing you guys do. The same thing. I'm not doing anything different. And you'll get people that are like looking for that special sauce, and I'll tell my coaches something and they're like, okay. And then like someone will get on it. Like right now, whatever I'm saying, Megan's probably already said that to you, but since it's someone else, you're like, oh, okay. And that's what happens, and that's fine. But that's what happened to my coaches. It was like, I was recruiting coaches left and right, but like I was just pouring into everyone. And finally I just stopped. And by the way, if you guys don't have, or you haven't read the book F Leadership by Josh Coates, I am like 1000% recommending. You're all nodding. Like, that changed my business, because then I was like, what am I doing? Why? Yeah, it's so good. Why am I pouring into these people? Why? Like, they don't want it. So I started pouring into the people that wanted it. And now we are a 7-star team. I have 7 star in my main, and then I'm 1 star qualifying in my first CBC. So there was another girl. And now this like rising rock star thing that's starting, you guys, I have 3 girls that each probably have like 6 or 7 coaches that are in my main. So that would hopefully put me at 10. But you guys, my whole point is all that happened in a year, and I've done nothing except obviously poured into the right people, but I still showed up. So could you imagine if I like kind of showed up, kind of didn't? And a lot of my coaches come to me because they're like, okay, like, and a lot of my challengers will come to me with the message that's like, okay, how do I sign up? Just sign me up. Like, every day, you're still here. You're working out. You're 40 weeks pregnant, bouncing around, doing burpees. I don't know what you're doing. Just sign me up. And now here I am coaching, and same thing. Okay, I want to coach now. So it's like, if you're not showing up every day, why would anyone else show up for you? Is what I truly feel. So even like today, yeah, I'm not working today. Like I'm not sitting on my phone, adding, connecting, inviting, but like I'm present on my Insta story. Every Saturday we do a live workout. So I'm showing Beachbody. I showed my like superfoods, just talked about you guys being on this call, and that's like it. That's you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to like be glued to your phone, but you guys, you have to do the vital behaviors. And the best part is I don't do anything different than what we've all been given. I will say that I've used the BAT tracker recently. And now when my new coaches sign up, it is like a mandatory thing. Before I was like, find a tracker that works for you. Like I use the Rise Up journal. Now I'm like, no, this is what we're going to do. Use it. How's that? Does that help?
What tracker did you say, Krista?
The BAT,
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah. And then, do you want me to tell you kind of like how I run my team? That might be helpful.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because this is all new too. So I'm just like sharing things, which I feel has helped my team too. So this kind of like goes into that. So what I used to do is I had everyone in a team. One, I partnered up with Holly Parsons, who is like my best friend, my upline. And her and I both had kids around kind of the same time. And both of us were like, let's just work this business together. Like you're having a kid, you're pregnant, let's help each other out. And it has been just like a serious game changer because Holly is like the people pleaser, like very like calls herself, I'm not even being mean, like calls herself a people pleaser. And I'm like the more that's like blunt, passive aggressive, like, no bullshit. And then where she's like, it's okay. Like, da, da, da. So combined, you're getting Holly and you're getting Krista, and we just work well together. And so what we did is we have combined our teams. So I'm Team Inspire to Balance. Holly is Find Your Fire. We've combined, and now we just call our team Fire and Inspire. I don't know, just like a random thing. But we teamed up, and so now we have this new coach thing is brand new. But before we had 3 different pods. So you can either do this by yourself, or if you have someone like sitting on this call that is a success partner with you or with Meg or whatever you guys, they can even be on different teams. Like it doesn't matter. We did pods or threads. I hate pods. Like it reminds me of Tide Pods and it's weird. Threads. So we have a level 1 thread. Level 1 threads are brand new coaches and coaches working towards Emerald. Level 2 is Emeralds working towards Diamond, and then level 3 is Diamonds and above. Okay, now this past month we've changed it, and now we have a new coach thread. I was gonna say pod. So anyone in April that signed up, we are sticking you in this brand new coach thread, and you are surrounded with brand new coaches, because what happens, you add all these people to one thread, and there's 2 things that I've like learned from all of this. You add people to one thread, your new coaches are not gonna ask questions because they're overwhelmed. Because when you start off coaching, you are overwhelmed beyond belief, no matter how simple you make it. And 2, they're scared to ask questions because every question is stupid, right? So now they're not going to ask anything, and they're going to sit. And then to me, that like makes or breaks their business, because someone that could be so successful is not doing anything because they're overwhelmed, and now they don't want to ask questions. So now they're just going to sit, or they're going to blow you up on the side, and that's annoying. So we stick everyone in a brand new, it is called April New Coaches. Every Monday night, we do a new coach call with them. So it's like a fun chance for them to meet each other and talk. And as you know, I'm all about community because I'm an Air Force wife and I move all the time. So this is like the one job that I don't have to say goodbye to my friends and everyone. So we do a Monday night call with them, and it kind of gives them that like, ask your questions, you guys, like ask them, like, here we go. And then at the last Monday of the month, we do an Emerald call. So that's another thing is my coaches that sign up go Emerald immediately. It's whether or not they want to sit or not. And then we go on. So my point of that is level 1, all of the level 1 questions are, you guys are on the same page as each other. And I don't know what a lot of your ranks are, but so if you're a coach working towards Emerald, you pretty much have the same questions, right? Level 2 is Emerald all pushing for Diamond. Okay. Which thread do you think is the more hyped up, amped up, nonstop thread? Level 2. Level 1, I'm not being mean, is super quiet, but it also, you guys, it shows me as a coach who I can pour into. Do you really think I'm going to spend that much time in level 1? No, absolutely not. They're not doing anything. Why are you still in level 1? If you have not hit Emerald and it has been a month or 2 months, nope, You're not getting any, and that, but before I was like investing. And now I'm like, nope, done. So one, it encourages them to get their butt out of level 1. And I've even said, you guys, like, come on, level 2 is like popping. What are we doing in here? And then 2, level 2 is so fun. Like, so fun. That thread is always going. It's girls asking questions, girls answering questions, feeding off of each other, and then hyping each other up. And obviously level 3 is like my leaders. We mastermind in that thread. We do our, we just started doing weekly coffee chats, like things like that. And they're hyping each other up because now all of them want to go Star Diamond together. So I really feel if you're placing people where they stand as a coach, it's going to be helpful for you. It's going to build that team culture. And then I still have my main team thread. I just don't really use it that much anymore. Does that make sense? Like, it's still there. I welcome you to it, but we're in all these different threads. So now we're switching it up. I tell they're sassy. And we are doing a level 4, which is essentially a diamond push group. So we're going to have like those same girls pushing for diamond. And then we're going to kind of switch it. We're starting it tomorrow. If you're an emerald, and I'm not being mean, do not take any offense if this is you, but if you're an emerald and you're not helping 3 people, how are you an emerald? Like, you're not helping 3 people. You're not seeing the benefits of emerald. And so many of my coaches do that. They'll go emerald and then they're not helping people. Like, I have one girl and I love her to death, but she's been emerald since I think July, and she's never hit Success Club. I'm sorry, you're not reaping any benefits of emerald. So I'm going to place her in the thread that's appropriate. So now we have 4 threads. I hope that's not confusing. And I can even screenshot this and send it to you guys. But now if just because you're an emerald, that's just a title. Like, you have to actually be doing what an emerald does, and that's working the business. So now, unfortunately, she is moving. So if you hit Success Club, you will be in a pod with all girls that hit Success Club. Why? Because you're going to fire each other up and fuel each other to keep hitting Success Club. So yesterday was May 1st. In my level 2 and 3 and 1, we still go in there. I love my level 1s. They're not as hyped up. Me and Holly yesterday went into all, I know, for level 1s. We went to all 3 threads and we're like, it's May 1st. Let's do this. Who's going to hit Success Club? Blah, 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 blah. Level 1 was like, ooh, ooh, yeah, let's try it. Level 2 was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Level 3, one of our diamonds who just popped, was like, oh, my plan is Success Club 10 by tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, super competitive. If you're going to be Success Club 10 by tomorrow, so am I. So what happened yesterday, you guys? Everybody rallied, and it was the coolest thing, and the momentum was unreal for the first day in May. So this morning I woke up to SC. I had 3 girls that were already SC6. I'm at SC8. 2 girls won't complete their share cart, so that makes me mad because I could have hit my goal, but I didn't. And then there's a handful in level 2 that are already at 2 and 4. Like,
Krista, that's an excuse. Just saying.
No, I was funny. I was like, I'm sorry. I sent it. I did my part. Does that count? And they were like, did they sign up? Then no. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be bugging you. So yeah, I know it is. But my point is, everybody's rallying because you're like feeding off that momentum, and that's what you want. And I even said last night, you guys, let's keep this momentum like all month long, not just May 1st, but May 20th when times are tough and you're tired, keep that going up. Yeah, like go push each other. So that is what I do. I kind of went on a little off rambling thing, but that is how I am where I am at today. Is I am consistent. I'm showing up every single day, even on the weekends. Just looks a little different. And what else was I going to say? I am just investing and pouring myself into the right people. And I truly feel when you have coaches, and even if you're brand stinking new and maybe you're not an emerald yet, you guys, it's never too late to start building your team and really pouring into those people and helping them be successful. So even on my team, this is like probably sounds bad. I know who's going to run and who's going to not. Put it that way. I will never tell you no, and I will never take anything away from you, and I will try my hardest. But if it's been months and months and months, yeah, I'm still checking in with you. But now I know to pour into my girls that have 7 coaches, girls that are wanting to be diamond by Summit, May, whatever that is, 27th, right? Now I'm spending even more time and really pouring into my diamonds to get them to be premier because that's their goal. And so my first year, I think it was all wrong. I think I was more just obsessed with like, what's a diamond? Okay, let's do it. And I had no vision. I had no goal for my team. And now I'm like, it is truly like when we qualified for 7-star, my husband was like, why aren't you like more excited? Like 7-star is awesome. And I was like, Well, because I'm just more excited for my coaches. Like, I think it's so cool that they're finally seeing, because when you go 2-star all by yourself, that's not fun. Like, woo! Like, they were cool, Krista. Like, that's great. But now here we are, 7-star. And he was like, you don't seem as excited that you're 7-star. And I'm like, no, I am like jazzed and pumped, but I'm more excited for my coaches. Like, their success means everything in the world to me. And so that was like what fired me up to be like, okay, we're a freaking 7-star, and now we have more girls coming up the ranks. So I'm not even going to say what my goal is, but it's not to be a top team or anything like that. But it is to like, let's build momentum. And then one more thing to like let you know it's possible is this time last year, my team was ranked, I like don't know exactly. I think it was like 493, 496. I can't remember. It was a year ago, in the 4s, maybe 5. And then when we went elite, we just went elite for the first time this year, and we were 66. And then as of the last ranking, so what, like a week and a half ago, we're ranked 51 in a year. Just by doing the same thing that you guys are doing. Like, it's freaking cool. And now I don't even know what we're going to be ranked with all these girls popping diamond, because I just had 3 pop within a week apart. So that should show you guys. Oh, and one more thing. If you were at the retreat, you already know this. I went elite, you guys, without even knowing, and I still, like, don't tell anyone, I still don't even know how the points work. I have no idea. Zero clue. I went elite without knowing what the points meant. And when I was telling Doug Moss, who's like our big compliance man, he was like, are you kidding? My mentor, same thing. She was like, you know that, like, you like have all your points for elite, right? I'm like, I don't know what that means. And she was like, do you ever go in your back office and check your elite points? And I was like, nope, I have no idea. I know to be premier, you need 2 diamonds. And I know to be a 5-star elite team, you obviously need 5, right? And she was like, okay, but Krista, like, yeah, like, you already have your points. So you guys, all I was doing was helping my coaches be successful. I was helping them help 3 people a month. I still do. I have a ton of success starters because it is my job right out of the gates to help you help 3 people and hit Success Club. Now you have 6 months to do it. So I was getting all of my points just by coaching, right? And now this year I refused, because I was like, oh shoot, now I know how points work. I don't want to be psychotic. So I'm like, I won't even check my points. I only know when I'm ranked because my mentor told me. That's it. So if you're just doing your job as the coach and you're helping people get results and helping your coaches, you're going to do big things. You're going to hit premier, you're going to hit elite, you're going to help all the people in the world. But it starts with you. It truly does. It starts with you and you showing up every single day.
I love that. Krista, I know this is going to be a common question, because a lot of times
I haven't drank yet. Look how fired up I am.
is people will be like, oh, I need to, like, I don't have a good following. I'm just going to wait till I have a good following, and, you know, whatever. Like, you don't have a huge following and you have high numbers. So, like, what is your, you know, I do know that you always reach out to your people when they're about to renew. So, like, you know, your
Totally. Oh, my Success Club number?
Yeah, your success, you know, how people always say, like, oh, I'm running out of people to talk to, you know, like.
Well, that's where so I get that a lot too. So, and I'll be honest, you guys, I was telling my husband and Holly, I tell them every month, and they're both like, shut up, you're so annoying. Every month I'm like, I'm going to have such a bad month. Every month. This month I was like sweating. April 30th, I was in such a bad mood because I'm like, I literally don't have anyone ready to go. Like, usually at the end of the month, I will kind of hold off the last couple days and be like, there's no point in you starting. Like, there's 2 days left in the month. I'm going to wait till May. No, I had no one. Like, I had one girl. Everyone else bought renewals. They've all been they've all been converted, because that's another thing I'm really good at, is converting you to the discount coach, helping you save money. So I'm looking at my bot renewals and I'm like, fudge. Like, these are all free leads, like all of my customers from last year. So I'm like sweating going into May, and my husband's like, you're so annoying. But last month was my highest month in 3 years, and I was at SC50. SC50 during a pandemic, like, because I am reaching out to people. And like Megan said, I don't have a good, like, I think I'm at like 7,000 something. Again, I don't know. I'm really bad with numbers. That's why I only taught 4th grade math and nothing higher. So I don't pay attention to numbers, but I was like shitting my pants because I'm like, I helped everyone in April. I have no one. Okay. If I'm saying that, what are my coaches saying? Like, my coaches will do half of what I do. So you bet your butt yesterday, I just followed up. So my SC numbers come from, I follow up like a freaking maniac. So if you told me no, well, one, I use the Rise Up journal. if you guys have that. I was a super notebook paper person for like my 2.5 years until last January at Ashley's retreat when I got the Rise Up journal for free. And I was like, okay, I'll use this. So that's what I use to track. So a lot of people ask me that. They're like, well, how do you track your people? I use that. So I use the customer hot list and the coach hot list, and that's it. That's the only thing I use from that journal. If you don't have the Rise Up journal, get a notebook paper and write customer hot list, coach hot list, and then write the month. You have to know. And then every month, so yesterday I spent on Dylan's power hour that she had with you guys or everyone. I love her. I was like following the slides. I followed up the entire time yesterday on that power hour call because I was like, cool, this is great. I'm actually going to follow up. So the whole hour that I spent on that call, which I was working, I followed up with everyone from April, everyone from what's the month before April? I can't even
March?
think. March, January, February, right? I was going back and back and back. And then I do. And because I'm not a robot and I'm obsessed with what I do and I love talking to people. And when you tell me no, I know why you told me no. So if you told me no last month because you don't have money, you bet your butt this month I was like, hey, Kelsey, I know you told me no last month, but I just wanted to let you know our bundles are $20 off, girlfriend. That is $140 now. Like starting my May group. Do you want to join this time around? That's all I say. Like, hey girl, I know you were having a baby. I know you're waiting to be cleared. I was thinking of you. Were you ready to go this month? Saving you a spot. Like that's all I do. So the very first, my goal is to hit SC10 by the 5th. So share cards away. Let's get them going. It's because I just follow up. It's just because I follow up. It's with all the people that told me no. It's with, I'm trying to think, people that have asked for more information that maybe ghosted me. And all I do is just go back to them and I'll just say like, hey, like, you know, never heard back from you. Obviously, April didn't work out, but I'm running this group. Were you interested this time around? And I also leave it very like, are you interested in joining instead of, did you want to join us? I know there's like, does that make sense? Like, I'm still asking you a question, but I'm not like putting you against the wall to where it's like, so did you want to join? Or like when I'm inviting from my Insta stories, that's another way I invite is from my Insta stories. So if you're watching my workout, because I show workout clips every single day, that's another thing I'm consistent on. Every single day I'll show workout clips just because I was one. People like bash home workouts and I'm like, hell no, dude, this is hard. So I'll show and people will be like, that's a home workout? I'm like, yes, his name is Joel Freeman. Love him. So I do things like that. And then if you're watching, I will go through my little eyeball and be like, hey girl, like I saw you were following along. If you're ever interested in these workouts, I would love to share. That's it. Like I keep it super like, if you want, like, why not? Like, instead of being like, hey girl, I saw you followed my workout yesterday. Did you want to join my challenge group? Like they're going to be like, no, dude, like, of course I follow you. Like I follow everyone. Or when I make a transformation post every Tuesday, I'll do either physical or like how coaching has changed my life, because it truly has. I will just go through my transformation post and just say, hey, like, thanks so much for the love on my transformation post. If you're ever interested in the workouts I do, would love to share. And I'll get people that like it. They'll just give the heart and then I'll write back. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I hate when people do that. It's so annoying. So I'll just be like, yep, not sure what that means. And then they'll tell you, oh yeah, no girl, because, you know, like they'll say, oh yeah, no, I'm not interested because, or no, I'm not interested right now. Okay, well, you said right now, meaning next month I'm going to come back to you and just say, does that make sense? So I just really follow up. I invite for my Insta stories the people that came to me this month. So the 4, I'm trying to think who they are. Yeah, so the 4 that came to me this month that signed up yesterday are all random. One girl is someone that has joined, love these ones, every single free group I've ever ran for probably 2.5 years. She just signed up yesterday. I stopped messaging her. I unfollowed her because I was like, you're obnoxious. Click. And then she messaged me yesterday and was like, I'm ready. I was like, yeah, okay. But I know her Insta handle. So I was like, April. Okay. So then she signed up. Another one that signed up, same thing. She was a big CrossFit girl and her gym's closed. So she was like, okay, I've been following you. Like, my gym's still closed. Like, I want to do this. So they're all people that are either watching me because I'm consistent. Get it? Ta-da! See how that works? Or they're people that had maybe ghosted me, but I'm still showing up because I'm consistent. That's the keyword of our call today. When you leave, you're going to know what consistency means. And they're just following up, or I'm following up with them, or they're reaching out to me. And then the other 2 that signed up are ones that I physically was like, hey, I know last month didn't work out, like opening up my group. And I even say like, you know, this month's already filling up. Like everything's still closed. So hop on in and I will leverage that. So that's like my one. It's not sneaky. I don't think. I'm not trying to be like scummy or yucky, but I will say like, it's filling up, girl. Like, are you in or out? Because you're going to get people that like toy with you and and it's like, okay, we're filling up. Do I ever close my challenge groups? No, I don't. Like, they're in there and there's a community, but I will do that. And then towards the end of the month, if someone still hasn't signed up, I'll go back to them and just say like, hey, Sarah, like, I know you were interested. I just want to let you know my group's almost closed. Did you want to hop in with us before the month's over? And that kind of gives people that push because it's scary. Like, they're not going to come to you. I still, like, someone the other day was like, oh, it's easy. People come to you. I'm like, no, they do not. Like, if I sat on my butt and didn't do anything, I wouldn't help anyone. Mm-hmm. Maybe the two that saw me being consistent, but that's it. So no, I still go back and I'll say like, hey girl, are you ready? Like, the month's almost over. What are you thinking? Like, so that gives people kind of like, one, oh, she's still thinking about me. And two, her group's closing. I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm going to jump in. And then piggybacking off that, if you can't tell, I am like all about the connection piece. So I am very much into connecting, like get to know them, connect with them. I know their objections. I know their reason. I know why they're signing up with me. And if they're a coach, same thing. Like every single coach on my team is someone I would be friends with in real life because that's the people that I'm attracting and those are the people I'm connecting with. And sometimes there's people that I would not vibe with and that's okay. Like they're in and some of them have already quit. So you know what I mean? Like, it's like, but I'm never going to tell someone no. So I think if you're out there and you're struggling, it's the connecting. Make sure you're connecting with people. So when you go back to follow up with them, they know you are not just another 400,000 Beachbody coach. Like they know, and I've had people say that too. The one that signed up the other day was like, dude, I've talked to so many Beachbody coaches, your vibe, you are so different. Like you're not just trying to get my money. And it's like, well, no, because it doesn't even start until you sign up with me anyway. Like I'm not just going to, you know what I'm saying? So set yourself apart. And I tell my coaches this all the time, set yourself apart from the 400,000, 450, however many there are coaches, be you, one, and two, connect with people. People want the community. People want that connection. They don't want you to think this girl's only messaging me because she wants to sell. So when I message people right from the beginning, unless I'm following up, I do not talk about Beachbody. Like at all. And also I'll go through my followers and I'll message that way. And that's not a cold invite either. So I'm not a cold inviter. If you're following me and you like my post, I'm going to message you regardless if I've talked to you or not. I'm going to invite you. So I do. So very much I'm connecting, inviting are my like, I don't even know the word. My things. My thingies.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. My producing activities. Yeah.
I was gonna say with you're like you hit hard on the follow-ups, but like she doesn't have follow-ups unless she doesn't send the invites, you know? So like I love how you like that is part of the consistency. Like
you have no one to invite if you're not adding.
Right.
So yeah, so I have a lot, like I have one coach, 3 of them have just, because like I said, I didn't push the bat tracker. Like I wasn't like a big bat tracker. I never pushed it, but now I've had 3 coaches. 1 stepped back, 2 stepped back. They both came back. One just hit diamond, put it that way. The other one she just came back 2.5 months ago. She was at SC 8 and 10 last month, just from that bat tracker. So I know who's using it and I know who's not. So I have another girl, love her. I just let's see if you're recording. I'm like, wait, don't share this. Love her to death. Tells me all the time, but I'm using the bat tracker. And I'm like, no, you're not. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that if you're using that thing and obviously I'm not like mean to her, but I'm like, something's missing because there's no way that, and I even said that Brittany and Kelly can come back and use the bat tracker for 1 month and help 4 or 5 people. And you've been using it for 3 years and you can't help 1. Like that's not adding up. So I don't know if you guys use the bat tracker. If you don't, I suggest doing it. Like try it. And I've even like told my coaches, like, I'm going to do it with you. Like I can't expect you to do it and me not do it. So I'm very much like in the trenches with my coaches. I am not on a pedestal, no matter what my rank is or how many people I bring in. Everything I do, I share with them. So like I'm sharing with you all my tips. I do the same thing with them, but I just I know if you're not adding, connecting, and inviting and following up, then you're not going to ever get anywhere. It has to be all 4 things every single day.
I love it all. Do you guys
Okay,
have any questions or? Yeah, do you guys have any questions you want to ask her specifically? There's a few in the chat, so I'll let people speak and then I'll read the questions in the chat.
Okay,
Anyone?
perfect. Okay, hold on. My coach mentions doing a time management sheet to allow yourself to unplug. For me, I have a full-time job. Oh, geez. Okay, wait, sorry. Where's Alyssa? I see you. Okay, what's your question? It's so much easier if you just ask me.
Yeah, of course. So I kind of toggle a lot of different full-time and part-time things.
Uh-huh.
And so I've tried to do like a time management sheet where it gives you like an hourly basis a week of like filling out, you know, what you're doing each hour. So then you're productive and you're kind of always involved in something. But I'm finding myself really cling to like my phone too much.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm trying to find time to like also be separate and be in the moment here. So it's like what's your advice on kind of like toggling everything?
So I'm not a morning person at all, like not at all, but I have been making myself get up just like between 5 and 5:30 because my youngest is 9 months and she's like at the age where I don't know when she's waking up. So as long as, even if I have like coffee in my system before one of my kids gets up and I've done, so what I do is I wake up in the morning and I'll do the activity I hate doing. Does that make sense? So I love inviting. So lately I'll wake up and I'll hurry up and invite. Or like if I did a call to action the day before, I'm going to go back through that list and hurry up and do it. And I'll feel so accomplished. So even if 20 minutes later my kid gets up, it's like, okay, I've already done that though. So I'm good with that. So take the task that either you hate doing or that maybe is like takes you the longest and do that first. Whether that's early in the morning or late at night. So the last 2 nights, I've been really setting my business hours too, because like you, I was like glued to my phone. And the last 2 nights I have stayed up after my husband, like we'll watch our Masked Singer, anyone else, or we'll watch our little shows and then we'll both go to bed. Cause I'm like, I have to be up early. The last 2 nights I was like, I'm actually going to stay up because I know no one in my house is getting up. So if that looks like I need to stay up until 11:30 midnight, the one night Meg was like, go to bed. It was like late. I was like, hi. Then that's what it looks like, right? And so maybe I'm going to sleep in a little bit more the next day. But so I just recommend either staying up or getting up late, getting up early or staying up late and doing those and doing the activity that you don't like doing or the one that you need to do. So if you've done a call to action, the next morning when you wake up, you need to go back through and invite all of those people first thing. So then that's done.
Okay, I do work out in the morning too. So I feel like if I do that after I work out, I feel like that would really help too.
Totally. And you need to set a timer.
Yeah.
That's another thing. If you don't have a timer set, and I do, honestly, my days are so hit or miss, but let's just say like 10 minutes and you want to go add people for 10 minutes, stop when the timer goes off. Like otherwise you're going to sit and you're going to start scrolling and mindless scrolling. I don't know where you went. There you are. And you're going to be wasting time. But so that's my biggest tip is getting up, staying up late, doing the one that you need to do or the one that you might not want to do, and then setting a timer. And then throughout the cracks of my day,
right,
I'm doing things as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Especially with like this, like quarantine, like a lot of our lives, you know, are different or our schedules, routines.
Totally.
I agree with that. Like, it's like setting that the whole like first 2 weeks of it, I was like, I have helped 0 people. I also have just been a piece of shit because I like don't know what I'm doing. I have all the whole day. And then, you know, so setting, and like Kaylee said, setting those business hours, even though we are just at home, like we're actually like treating this as our full-time job.
Yeah. And that's like a thing too, you guys, you have to set them. And I, being a teacher, like as soon as someone asks me something, I will answer you. Like I have to, I am like, ugh! But then I'm like, what am I doing? That's another reason for these threads too. Like I don't need to answer you. And half the time, if I don't answer them, they just went and found the answer themselves. Like hours later, I'll be like, oh, hey, sorry, just saw this. Like, did you FAQ that? I don't know where everything else is. Or like, hey girl, sorry, like just saw this. And they're like, oh no, you're fine. I already, and it's like, oh, why was I doing that? Like I was stressing out to answer all these people and help them. And it's like, I don't need to. So I turned off my Instagram notifications. I turned off my Facebook notifications. So now Beachbody is on my time. Like I check Beachbody when I want to. Beachbody is not like running my entire life. So that's another thing too, you guys, is really like, I tell my coaches, like, set those hours or you're going to be glued to your phone. And every Friday at 4, I'm done. So like last Friday, one of my coaches called me at like 6:30 at night and was like, really? And I was like, no way. No, I was like, sorry, girl. Like, I'm with my family right now. Like, anything you want, like, ask in the thread, and I promise you I will get back to you if it's not answered. Like, whereas before I'd be like, oh, yeah, like, hi. And it's like, no way, no way. So set your hours. My goal is to be a stay-at-home mom, work from home mom, and that's what I need to do. So whatever your goals look like for you, you have to set your hours. Or, yeah, like you said, you're just going to be, and then you're going to burn out. And it's not fun. So that's my biggest advice as well.
Krista, in
Yes.
your thread, so in your like levels, are you having them like send you any proof of anything? Or are you guys just kind of communicating about?
So this last summit push group that I was just ran, those girls I took and I put them in a text thread. So
Okay.
that's the new thing too. So my 3 diamonds that popped for the retreat, this past retreat that we went on, same thing. I took them out and I put them in a text thread just because I will text, right? Like we text all the time. So I had them, and that was more of like accountability. This past one, I switched it up because now the bat tracker is like my thing. So I took the 3 girls that said, that's another thing. They said they wanted diamond. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Put them in a text thread. And then every day, because we were in that summit push group, they submitted their bat tracker to me, which helps because one submits it. What do you think the other 2 are doing? Oh shit, like now I need to submit it. And I would go in there and be like, okay, you guys, like it would be Wednesday morning and I'm Eastern. So I would be like 7 a.m. my time. And I'm like, okay, good morning. Let's sign up a coach by Saturday. Like who's with me? And that's the thing. I'm doing it too. Like I'm not just a teacher giving you these tasks. Like I'm doing it too. So then one of them would do it and it hyped up the other 2. But I don't recommend, and this is what Holly and I just talked about yesterday, because now there's that rising rock star. So I'm going to take those girls and put them in a text thread too. And I'm going to ask them for their bat tracker every single day just until this group's over. So I don't recommend, I think that would be exhausting. And I also am not a fan of hand holding anymore. Like you shouldn't have to show me your tracker every single day for months and months and months. Like, but if it's 3 weeks, you bet your butt I want to see that thing. And I'm going to show you mine. So I would, every night I would do the same thing. Like I just have mine like in a little sheet protector and I use a dry erase marker and I submitted it to them too. So it wasn't like I'm on this pedestal being like, let's see it. Like I was doing it with them. So if any of you are in that Rising Rockstar group, if you have girls in it, maybe you have your own little side goals, stick them in a text thread. And then that way you guys, you can pour into the people that want to be here. Like, so that's what I found works really well.
I like that.
Yeah, but in the levels, the 1, 2, and 3, no.
Okay.
No. We do challenges, like we'll go in there and do something fun, like it's Thursday, you know, like do this or.
That's good though, because then they don't hate the group. They like it. They're motivated by it. They're enjoying it. And then when it's time to push, you can break it apart and be like, all right, who wants to push for the next 3 weeks to hit this big goal where you're proving that you're doing these invites? Because no one needs to handheld. And I think for some people, almost that pressure of sending their invites every day almost makes them like not want to do it. And
well, and that's why I don't.
That's on you.
It sounds bad, but I like hate push groups. Like I don't like them. I am not a fan. I know that's bad. That's like a big no-no because I was just in one. The one that we just were in, Meg, with like Holly and Dylan and Kaylee.
That was good.
Loved it. But I also took those 3 girls and look, all 3 of them popped. That was like, because push groups never work for me because it's like, okay, send 1,000 invites, go. And the person's like, and it's like, oh, that's not coaching. So take them and just pour into them on like a message thread if you don't want them texting you. And then you can really, like you said, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Like it makes it so it's not exhausting. And that's another point with these threads, because I'm all about community, is you guys are really good at this because I see Meg's stuff. Like, have fun. Like, I'll go in there and be like, okay, red wine or white wine or la la la, like fun polls that have nothing to do with Beachbody. Last Friday we did a happy hour. They all got on, and I made them say their win of the week, and they were so funny because they were like, I signed up, and I'm like, nope. It is Friday at 4:30. We are done talking about Beachbody. It has to be something other than Beachbody. And all of them were like, oh, and it was like, we're having a normal, yeah, dude, because we're friends. Like, so you want it to be fun. Also, like, you don't want to be, you shouldn't have to handhold. None of you. Meg shouldn't. None of you should.
Yep.
So I like what you're saying about the business activity tracker. So we're starting a new coach academy on Monday, just because I feel like for myself. I'm not good with new coaches and helping them. Like, I don't want to handhold, like I teach first grade. I'm like, we're independent people here.
Right.
But I need to be better at helping my coaches be successful. And so we're starting this new coach thing for a month. So then every, we can get them going. And I was going to give them the option of a tracker. Like, but I think I'm going to make them use the bat.
Do it.
Just all do the same.
And I think that's how my coaches at Success Starter so much, because they're helping their first 3 people. And I'm really on my coaches the first 3 months, like helping them help 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right. Cause and that gives them the confidence. And then by week 3, they're like, I can do this. Like, I got this. And then it's like, hey, spread your wings and go. Okay.
Then you're
Kelsey asked, I have so many people who go through daily after pouring time into them. How do you get people past the thinking about it stage? So Kelsey, do you mean challengers or coaches?
I mean, well, kind of both. I've had a lot of people like think about coaching and not really do it, but more like challengers. Like, I'm trying to sign up more VIPs. I keep getting a lot of bod people, and I can't get people invested in the nutrition because there's so many options for nutrition out there. And I have a lot of people who are like, well, let me think on it. I literally have like 20 people I've invited. They're like the think on it stage, and they ghost me when I try to follow up with them, and I don't know if it's my wording. And you answered a lot of it with like the whole how you word it really like either puts them against the wall or leaves it open.
Mm-hmm.
That helped a lot. Like, that kind of answered the question. I was trying to figure out how to word it differently so that I'm not like putting them in a corner.
Right. But if you're getting a lot of people signing up with BOD, are you like personally, are you showing the value in challenge packs?
I think I probably need to get more invested in like showing some of it. I mean, I show the Energize like almost daily, but I think I need to show more of like the recover side of it or the Shakeology side of it. Sometimes I kind of lack on that myself to having that daily. So I think that's why like they're like, well, I see your workouts and I love those, but I don't know about the rest of it.
Yeah, so you just answered that. So if you're not showing, I'm going to show you guys what I say. Okay, so this is when someone asks me for more information, this is what I send. Can you guys see that in the chat? So someone's going to say, yeah, I want more information. I'm going to send this part first. Can you see that every month that's highlighted? I send that. So someone's like, I'm like, hey girl, I saw you like my post yesterday or whatever. Did you want information? They're like, yeah, I do. So I'm going to send this. Okay, every month I do this because that is what we do. We are not personal trainers. Obviously we can't, well, we are, but we're virtual. So this is what we as coaches do. Like, this is our bread and butter. This is what we do. So this is what I send them. And then they're going to go, cool, or that's awesome. Hopefully they're not dumb and they don't think it's free, but people still do. But usually they'll say, okay, how much? Then I'm going to send this and I tweak it. So as you can see at the bottom, this month they're throwing in our first ever boxing program, parentheses, that's not even released yet. So you're hyping up. They're getting a free program plus the accessories for free. Does that make sense? Or so now I'm going to pick and choose this month because I just find word vomiting. Like, that's where us as coaches just get screwed over because it's like, rah, we have so much information. It's so cool. And then people are like, holy shit. Nope, I'm done. So this month I've been really already picking and choosing, like, am I going to offer the 10 rounds to this person or just straight up tell them about the 140? So the 2 girls I offered the 140 to, I said, just letting you know, I know you're like ready to go. We do have the 10 rounds that you've been watching me do because that's what they were asking about. That's the one, or vice versa. Like, that's the 160, but just so you know, we do have the challenge pack for 140. You're going to see me talk about it tomorrow on my story. It's up to you. And both of them were like, no, I want the boxing one because, like, duh, you're getting a free program. So tweak this, take it. It's your guys's, obviously. But yeah, see, like, you're not a robot. Do you like how I have 50 and 60? I need to fix that. So I tweak them to who I'm talking to and what the promo is for the month. So Kelsey, that can help you when, I don't know how, if someone asks for information, if you're just like, okay, well, we have workouts, that could be what's getting you caught up because you're not telling them. And so one of my coaches, and this is the thing, you guys, it's not your fault. Like, one of my coaches has been coaching a year and a half, hit diamond and everything. Something, I forget what the situation was, but I'm like, well, show me what you're sending. Was not even explaining what a challenge. Oh, that was it. All of her challengers weren't participating in her groups anymore, and all of her coaches were going inactive. And I'm like, well, are you showing the value? Like, Kelsey, I just asked you, are you showing the value in what it is? Well, No. I'm like, okay, well then tell me about your challenge groups. Like, anyway, long story short, I forget what she was doing. She wasn't even explaining what a challenge group was. So these people were signing up with challenge packs and having no clue they were getting an accountability group month after month. Had zero clue. And I'm like, that's like crazy to me, because it's like, that's what you do as a coach. Like, how are you not explaining that? So I feel like this takes, it's like everything is said to them. This is what you're getting. This is how much it is. So Kelsey, I think that can help you. And then you need to go back through to your stories and ask yourself, like, are you ever, like, if you come to my story, like Meg does an unreal job at this. You're seeing me talking in my kitchen while making my Energize. Like, I love Energize. That's my thing. Shakeology, yeah, it's great. But like, I'm more of an Energize person. Like, I just love it. But I'm still talking about Shakeology, right? So people aren't like blindsided. They're like, what the heck is that? Because you have to be showing it. Collagen, obsessed with collagen. Power Greens, obsessed with Power Greens. So what do a lot of people sign up with? Power Greens and collagen.
I got the idea of putting the collagen in my coffee from you, Krista. Never thought of that.
Oh my, it's my favorite. So then the other day someone said, and what's that green stuff? How do I add that? I was like, oh, the Power Greens? Yeah, I'll add it to your cart. Mm-hmm. So you have to show value, or else people have no idea what you're doing.
And also, to kind of piggyback with that, I feel like when I first started, I wasn't good at like the challenge pack thing. Selling that was like more the BODs. And I know a lot of people have that now. So sending like samples, or, you know, continuing to share about it, but doing like giveaways in your challenge group so people can try the things. Like, I also didn't buy, like, I was like, I'm not drinking Shakeology. That looks gross, you know, whatever. When I got a sample from somebody, and then I was like, oh, this is so good. Then now I buy it every month, you know, like.
Right. Yeah. I do weekly winners. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do weekly winners, and then I give them something I know they don't have. So like, when I sign you up, I'll write like, okay, Megan, 10 round, Shako, cool. So then Megan wins in my weekly winner. I'm going to give her Energize, or I'm going to give her a beach bar. And then that's also how a lot of people convert over.
Do you write that in your Rise Up, what they bought?
Yep. Well, yeah,
like
it gives me a spot. It'll say like name, blah, blah, blah. So I'll just write customer coach, and then the next box I'll write what they signed up with. And that way too, because I check in with my challengers, I'm like annoying. Like every week I'm like, it's me again. How are we doing? I know what they're drinking. So I'm like, how's your Energize going? How's this? And then that's how I convert them so easily. Cause I'm like, you said you liked it. Let's switch you over. And they're like, okay. Okay. Sorry. How do you recommend setting yourself apart from every other Beachbody coach to show you're genuine? My biggest thing, and this is what I tell my coaches, is you're going to like think it's funny. You have to just be you, Sarah. So what makes you you? That's what you want to show. And I also recommend this, and I say this all the time. You guys, if you're following a ton of Beachbody coaches, stop. Like, stop. I follow my coaches. I follow obviously like Meg and Dylan, and like, I might even still follow Ashley Smith. I don't even remember. But I, for the longest time, was following so many, because I was like, well, Happy Healthy Humble successful. Like, what is she doing? Or Ashley Molstad successful, and I drink too and I'm not. Like, what is she doing? Like, because you're getting, like, the biggest thing that will take you out of coaching is a comparison game. Hands down. If you're going to compare yourself to other people, that will take you out of coaching. You're going to spend so much time wondering what this person's doing, trying to act like this person. And then when people sign up with you, they're going to be like, this isn't who I was getting, right? So my biggest piece of advice is, one, unfollow. Go through today and unfollow all of the Beachbody coaches. Follow maybe one or two. That's just a handful, because you do, like, it's nice, like, you're still friends. Like, I still follow my coaches and talk to them and chat with them, but I'm not sitting on Instagram like, ooh, what's Emily Favre doing today? I need to go check out her page. Like, I need to see what she's doing. Like, I don't care what Emily Favre's doing. And that's another reason why my business took off, is I stopped following people and I put my blinders on and I just did me, right? So love Ashley Smith, love Ashley Molstad, love their advice and their suggestions, but I want to run my team how I do it. So I'm going to run my team how I want to run my team. So if they're doing all this stuff, yeah, I'm going to check it out. Like, that's awesome. That's great. But I'm going to be myself, and those are the people that you're going to attract. So I recommend showing who you are. So whether that's in my situation, I'm a military wife. I'm a mom on my postpartum journey. I have 2 kids. I love wine. I love outdoors. I'm like I played college soccer, like athlete. Like, we're very like outdoorsy people. I'm going to show that. So I think what sets you apart is showing you, being relatable, being a human. Like I said, I did talk about my miscarriage, not because I wanted to sell challenge packs, because I was like, I'm on this freaking thing every day anyway. Like, I'm going to talk about it. And letting people just know you're human, and then not being a Beachbody billboard. Like, the shaker cups with the logo, that's great. Maybe like once or twice, but like every day, if you're just sweaty selfie, home workouts are awesome, sweaty selfie, shaker cup. It's like, how does that set you apart? It doesn't. So if you go to my page, and I always do this too, like every couple times, I'll like screenshot my Instagram and I'll look the first 9 photos. What do you see? Am I talking about being a coach? Am I talking about challenge groups? Am I showing I'm a mom? Am I showing home workouts? Like, so make sure you're just being you and like showing that, and not just Beachbody. Because that's the thing, you guys, there's so many Beachbody coaches. Like, you message someone and they're like, oh yeah, I know what Beachbody is. Of course they do. Like, so be you and just set yourself apart and just show like different sides of you, but also make sure that you are showing there's a coaching opportunity and a challenge group opportunity. Because if you start inviting people and they have no idea what you're talking about, that's on you. Like, so if you're never showing that and you go to be like, hey girl, I'm opening up my March group, they're going to be like, what? I didn't even know you were working out. Like, what are you doing? Because you're not showing that. So you still have to show stuff. Does that help you? But I recommend being you, like literally be you, because there's no one else like you. I just put that on the thing. Be you, Dr. Seuss. Isn't that who it is? Okay. What? Oh, okay. That's it. Is that it? My student is here to drop off a letter. Hi, little letter.
I have one more question. So lately I've been doing more freebie stuff, and there's 2 girls under me that I've signed up that I like gave them some freebies. Like, I got 2 of them shirts because they were consistently logging in our group and everything like that. I wanted to like say, hey, I think that's great. Keep it up. How do you know what kind of budget to set so you're not just like I want to pour into them, definitely, but I also don't want to use all my money pouring into every single person.
Are these challengers or coaches?
One's a coach and one was a challenger. So I tried to split it so that one was my coach and one was my challenger.
So I'm just Megan and I just talked about this. I send the same thing over and over. So I'm like all about like recognition, like that. I just love being recognized, and I love like, I love languages. Like, I love giving gifts too, and I like getting them. So what I do with my challengers is I just do on my husband's account, I'll just order like Energize sticks, and that's what they're getting for like a weekly prize or what. Like, it doesn't have to be this extravagant thing. Like, just if they're showing up and kicking butt, I'm going to write them a personalized note. Like, hey girl, like, you're doing so great. I'm so glad you're on this journey with me. Keep crushing it. Love watching you here, enjoy this Energize, or I was thinking whatever, here's a beach bar, like something. I'll write a note, send just a product of ours and send it. If it's an emerald, so I give my emeralds the same gift all the time. I give them a headband because let's be realistic here. We all love headbands. And Ashley needs to give us a better discount, I feel, by the way. That's like my thing. I'm like, excuse me, I am like representing these headbands for you. But so I give them a headband. I give them, I should tell her, a headband, a little like face mask, like Target. So that's like $1. A headband, a face mask, something they haven't tried because they're new. So like a Shakeology flavor, a beach bar, again, another product. And because I got a Cricut, I make them logos. That takes me 2 seconds. All in all, I think the emerald gift is what? $10.
Krista, what kind of vinyl do you use?
Like the permanent glossy?
Like Cricut brand or?
What do I use? I don't remember. Yeah, I think so. I use like the cheaper one.
Oh, because I have a silhouette and I just like literally cannot get any. It takes me forever to weave like all the brands that I've used. So I think I maybe need a new blade.
I think I do the Cricut one. Yeah, you probably need a new blade. But today I was like cricketing and made our elite tank tops. Like, that's how far behind I am. But I was like, this will be fun. I'll have to show you. But that's what I do. I mean, Beachbody shouldn't be burning a hole in your pocket at the end of the day. That's what I say. So
you should have just bought them off or did them off Bonfire.
I know. I was going to. I feel like you guys spent a ton of money on those, didn't you?
Well, no, people just order them. Or did you buy them for your coaches?
I'm going to make them for my girls that made us
That
go.
helped you.
But everyone else, I was going to have them buy.
Okay, got it. That's cool. That's nice of you.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any other questions? I don't want to keep you forever. I know it's
No, you're good. I was just reading.
Saturday.
I think. Sorry, go for a decision. Okay. Yeah. Is that it? Do you guys have any other questions? Can I help with anything else?
I don't think so. You're awesome. And
What are you guys pushing for? What are we doing? What are we?
well, right now we're just having a fun weekend, but
Yeah, is this your retreat weekend?
no,
Oh,
no, it was like Dylan's weekend 2 weekends ago. We actually had all of our challengers doing workouts with us this morning. We did TikTok dances. We tie-dyed shirts. So it's like a challenger.
Fun.
All of our, yeah. And so then at 5, everyone's going to get back on and we're going to drink and play charades. Just like a
fun.
team.
Yeah, see, you guys are all about that community stuff. I love that.
It was
Good.
more like a community like challenger weekend. We just slipped in a little coach thing here.
Yeah. I will say we just did and I can totally give it to you guys. We just did a like coaching webinar, like a sneak peek group. So think of like a free group. We did that last month, you guys. I had 6 people sign up from that.
One, like how long was the group?
5 days on Facebook. It was a free group. So because I love free groups. So like every month I'll try and do a free group just to show my new coaches like how we do it. But we did a coaching webinar. So day 1, their challenge was to make an Instagram post or a Facebook post about like their workouts or something. And that was like right out of the gates. All these girls were like, well, okay. And they did it. And what happened? Everyone was like loving on their post. And they were like, holy, what? Like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm like, that's what coaching is. So then day 2, they had to go out and invite all of those people and just say like, hypothetically, if I was going to run a challenge group or sign up to be a coach, would you join me? 6 girls signed up from that.
Wow. How did
So
you,
they don't actually coach? They just like pretend to coach for 5 days, and then if they want to, they can choose to.
Yep. Yeah, they were just 2 were discount coaches and the rest were just challengers that were like, I'll do it, I'll try. Or not even challengers, they just people sign up. But 5 days long, I'll add you guys to the group. Meg, I can add you and anyone else can add.
Okay.
But every day is like a video, 5 days long.
how did you talk about it on your stories to get people to, or did you not?
Yeah, I just did the Canvas slides that we all do. I'll have to go
Okay.
back and find. I'm like, I feel like when I talk, people are like, bye-bye. And then if I do my Canvas slides, they're like, okay, I'll read what she's saying. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, I feel opposite of that
Really?
for myself. Yeah. I don't know why.
Talk a lot, obviously.
Well, some days I talk more, but since I haven't had lashes, I haven't talked as much.
Is that your reasoning for real, Meg?
I don't know. I don't look that good.
Oh, shut up. You're
Oh, my
such a drama
lashes.
queen.
Every day I'm like, I look so tired. I need my lashes. My God, how basic am I?
I miss waking up and just like looking.
And being ready?
Decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time I got done was before the January retreat.
So funny.
Okay. Yes. I'd love for you to add me to that. I want to learn more about that.
I will message me and I will do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Rise Up Journal right there. I see it. Yep.
Yes. We love that.
Perfect.
Okay. Thanks, Krista.
Me, Boomy?
Yeah. Let's see. I did take one of you talking, but we'll do one right now.
Okay, with my hands flying everywhere. Perfect.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you guys cheers?
All right.
Can we
Yeah,
cheers to your fun weekend?
Uh-huh.
Even if it's water? What time is it? Are you drinking coffee?
Yeah, coffee with some Irish cream.
It's my girl. Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Perfect. It's good.
Thanks for having me. I hope that helped.
Yes, it absolutely did. Thank you for taking
You're
the time.
badass, Krista.
Thank you. Best of luck. Have so much fun, you guys.
Thank
We
you.
will. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. You're welcome.
I'm staying on.
That's what I was wondering. Are we staying on?
I'm going to just do some work. I think what I had next on the thing was like victory sharing, so we can talk, do whatever, and then in an hour, right? An hour.
At 5, yeah, in an hour.
Okay. People will be back.
Guys,
It was
I
so
got
good.
it.
Oh, you got the note-taking app?
Yes.
It looks like you got it. Good job.
Figured it out finally. I had to download it on my computer and airdrop it to my iPad. It's weird. And my hair's falling out.
Has anyone talked to? Oh, there's Kate. What the heck? Was Kate on here the whole time?
No,
No,
she
I got out in the middle.
There she is.
Also, stop recording.
Oh yeah, sorry.